What's up, YouTube? Facebook ads is going to be one of your biggest business opportunities going into 2019, but they can be quite tricky. And so I'm going to jump into my laptop right here and show you how you can create your first profitable Facebook ad campaign. Let's dive in. Okay, so first of all, we're going to want to find ourselves in the ads manager. And the best way to do that is to come on to facebook.com, head over to the right-hand corner up here, top right, hit that downward arrow, and then all the way down to manage ads. And once you click on that, it's going to take you to your ads manager. Now, I already have this open here, so I can close that tab. And your ads manager is a place where you can see all the campaigns you've run. You can look at all the metrics from those campaigns you can run, and this is where you're going to spend most of your time when you're monitoring and optimizing and managing your ad campaigns once you have them live. Now, at the top left-hand corner here, you see where it says Ads Manager, and you've got the three lines here. I like to call that the hamburger menu. And when you click on that and go to All Tools, you'll see all these different options. It opens up this big menu, and this is where everything you need to run ads is. Everything from your ad account settings, your business settings if you use Business Manager, all the way to your audiences, to the Ads Manager itself, to creating your custom conversions, analytics, your Facebook pixels here, everything you need, everything that allows you to create Facebook ad campaigns is in here, just in this hamburger menu. But some of these things are for a different video, so if you want me to cover some of these things in more specifics, then please let me know in the comments below and I'll make sure I do that for you. But today I want to walk you through the creation of an ad campaign. So what we want to do is head here to click on Create. Now, a lot of you maybe have boosted posts in the past, or you've spent some money on Facebook in the past, and you've probably created a campaign, but you probably haven't done it in the way that I'm showing you today, which is the proper way, the way that you're meant to create that campaign. So once we hit that create, we come to this section, this page here. And you can see that a Facebook ad campaign is broken into three different parts. We have the campaign, we have the ad sets that are within that campaign, and we have the ads, which are then within those ad sets. And what we basically do when we create a Facebook ad campaign is we work our way down these different sections. So we start off with the campaign level. And the campaign level is essentially where you tell Facebook how you want your campaign to run. What do you want your campaign to achieve? And we've got different objectives here that essentially tell Facebook how we want our campaign to run. So we've got brand awareness and we've got reach. And these two are great if you just want to get general awareness on your ads. You maybe want to just reach people in a certain location, but you don't want to drive them to your website. You don't want any call to action. All you really want them to do is just to see your ad. You just simply want to reach people. That's it. And then we've got in consideration here, we've got traffic. So whether you maybe want to drive people to a website or drive people to a landing page, this is the objective that you choose for that. If I click on engagement here, this actually breaks down into further different sections. So we've got post engagement. So if you're someone that's boosted posts before, this is exactly what this is, post engagement. You're telling Facebook that you want to drive engagement on your posts. You've also got page likes if you want to run a campaign where you get people to like your page, and event responses. So if you've maybe created an event on Facebook and you want more people to say that they're interested or they're attending or they're not attending, you can boost it here through the engagement section. Now, like I say here, this post engagement is what is essentially the same as boosting a post. When you boost a post, you're telling Facebook that you want to get as much engagement on that post as possible. And that's why a lot of people say that boosting posts isn't great, because they don't see the return on investment from that. They don't see any conversions. And that's because you're telling Facebook you want engagement. You're not telling Facebook you want conversions or traffic through to your website. Down the list, we've got app installs. Maybe you've got an app on the App Store and you want people to download it. You can drive people to the App Store with this. Video views, maybe you're creating videos on Facebook and you just want to drive as many views on that videos as possible. Video views is a great shout for that. Lead generation. So lead generation is essentially creating what's called a lead form. And instead of driving or sending people to a landing page where they might sign up for your newsletter, a lead form, somebody clicks on the ad and a form appears within the Facebook itself. So if it's on the mobile, they click the ad and a form appears in Facebook, already populated with the name, email address, and whatever you want that form to include. So it's a great way to generate leads. And then messages, if you want to drive people into Messenger to start conversations with you, that is a great objective too. And then over conversions here, we've got conversions. So if you want to drive people to your website to purchase something or to download something, and you want to monitor and optimize for people taking an action on your website, conversions is the best. Catalog sales, so if you're actually selling a product and you want to drive product sales, then that's a great option. And lastly, store visits. So if you want to drive people in person out with Facebook to your store visits is a great objective for you there too. Now, I'm going to take a guess that the majority of people that are watching this video want to do one of three things, probably. That's conversions. Maybe you want to grow your email list, or you're looking for conversions as a sale. Or you want to drive people to your website, maybe to read a blog post. Or you want to drive engagement of some sort. So whether that's post engagement, page likes, and actually finally, people maybe want to go for video views as well. But one thing to remind here is, for example, if you choose video views, you're going to optimize for getting more views, but you might not get likes, comments, and shares like you would with post engagement. I'm going to go with traffic in this demonstration here purely because it's what I'm going to show you in traffic applies to all the different objectives. Essentially what you're doing here is you're telling Facebook how you want them to run your ads. So if you run traffic, you tell Facebook, I want to find people that are most likely to click on the link. If you drive conversions, you're asking Facebook to find people that are most likely to purchase, and same with any of these other objectives. And Facebook knows this because it has an incredible amount of data based on people's activities on Facebook. So let's select traffic. So once we click on that, we come here and we choose a campaign name. Now I like to change my name to the kind of objective, the thing that I'm trying to do with my campaign, but you can call your names whatever you like. And then we're going to hit continue here. And once we hit continue, it's going to take us to the ad set level. Now this is where we choose things like our audience, where we want our ads to run, what placements we want them to run in. We also choose our budget, we also choose our schedule, when we want our ads to run. And the best way to describe the ad set level is we're telling Facebook how we want our ads to run. So the campaign is telling Facebook how we want our ad sets to run. The ad set is telling Facebook how we want our ads to run. It's where we essentially choose where we want our ads to go, who we want them to go to, and all those great, exciting things. So first of all, if we're running traffic, unless you're driving traffic to an app on the App Store or Messenger, you can just leave this here at website. I'm also not going to cover dynamic creative or offer here because it's something that's rarely used, and if you want me to cover that in more detail, please leave a comment below. But for the majority of you watching this, that's not going to be necessary to look at. So the main part, the main area of the ad set, I would argue, is the audience sections. Who do you actually want to target with your ads? Now, Facebook targeting is amazing, and there's so many options, hundreds, probably thousands of options, maybe hundreds of thousands of options in terms of the different ways that we can target people. But I'm going to just show you an example of how specific we can get. And what I want you to do once I do this is keep a look at this audience size section over here. So let's say that we want to target people in the United States. We can just simply go here and click in the United States. And let's say we also want to target people in the United Kingdom. So we're targeting people, as we can see on this map, in the UK and the USA. And we want to change this location to people who live in this location. You also get people recently in this location and people traveling in this location. And Facebook will tell you the definitions of those if you just hover over that I. Now, this is an important thing to look at if you want to. A lot of the times your campaigns, you might want to target people that specifically live in the location, but Facebook will have it as default as everyone in this location. So just be sure to check that when you're running your ads. And then we can do the very basic demographic things like age. So for example, let's say we want to target people that are aged 25, only 25, let's say, just for demonstrations example. And we want to target 25-year-old guys. And we want to target 25-year-old guys that speak Spanish. Let's see how many we get. 740,000 people. Now we can target it even further. So we go to the detailed targeting section, and let's type in, let's say we want to target people, 25-year-old guys that speak Spanish in the UK and the USA that are interested in football. How many people is that going to give us now? 400,000. Okay. Now, something to note here is in this box, we can continue to add in things, let's say tennis as well, and golf. And by adding things into this box, what we're going to do is we're going to build this. This is going to grow in size because we're adding things, and we're essentially saying to Facebook, they're interested in football, or they're interested in golf, or they're interested in tennis. So adding to that list is going to make your audience size bigger. But if we want to get our audience size smaller and more specific, what we do is we click on narrow audience here. And if we type in something here, let's say they're interested in books. What this is now doing is it's saying they're interested in football or golf or tennis, and they're interested in books. So it's more specific. And you can see that that audience has gone from 410,000 to 170,000. And you can continue to do this to narrow it even further. And let's make something else up. Let's say that they are a parent. Because it's not just interests that we're looking at, it's also demographics and online behaviors. So we can select people that are also parents. So what does that give us now, audience size? 8,700. So can you imagine if you're a business owner and you're looking to target people in the USA and the UK that are aged 25 and they're men that speak Spanish, that are interested in football or golf or tennis, they're also interested in books, and they're also interested in parents. Sorry, not interested in parents, they are parents. We can see there's 8,700 of them on Facebook. Can you see how powerful that could be? Now, I'm just totally making this up as for demonstration purposes, but whatever your business is, whatever niche you're in, whatever industry you're in, you can go through here and just select the different interests that are relatable and work in your business. And so you're able to pinpoint the right person and make sure you get the right ad in front of them, which is amazing. Now, if we scroll down, we've got connections here too, so we can target an ad to people that like our page, friends of people that like our page. We can exclude people that like our page, same with apps and events. And once we've chosen our audience, we come down here to placements. Now, Facebook will have this as default to automatic placements, but we can also click edit here and change where our ads want to run. Now, our ads don't just run on the Facebook feed. You can see here we've got Messenger, so our ads will appear within the Messenger app. We've got Audience Network, which is essentially where our ads appear outside of Facebook on Facebook partners. So somebody might be reading a news article and your ad will appear within that news article. Instagram, so that's a big one. A lot of people will ask me, how do we advertise on Instagram? Well, it's literally just a tick of a box. You can untick it or you can tick it, and same with Instagram stories. And then we have Facebook stories, Facebook Marketplace, Facebook right column, instant articles, and then the feeds. And here we can also choose whether we want to run it on all devices or just mobile or just desktop. And all that will depend on your goals and the strategy and where you want to find people. I'll just tell you often right now, I like to leave Messenger on. I switch Audience Network off. I'll sometimes run it on Instagram depending on who I'm going after. I'll turn off Facebook Stories, Facebook Marketplace, right column, and instant articles. And that's typically where I like to run my ads, purely because that's where I've seen good success. And things like Audience Network, one of the things I don't like about that is, for example, there could be a news article around a car crash, and if you were a car company advertising and you were advertising on a car crash article, you don't have any control over that. It's not going to look too good for your brand. So I like to keep in control with that. Now you can exclude certain content and certain publishers with Audience Network if you're very kind of worried about that. But I tend to just turn it off because I've never really seen great results with Audience Network. Okay, so once we've chosen our audience and our placement, we come down to our budget. How much money do we want to spend? Now we've got two different options here. We can go daily budget, where we set a daily budget. Facebook will never go over that budget, or a lifetime budget. And again, that kind of depends. Maybe you're running a campaign that's going on for a month, or maybe you're running something that's evergreen that will run forever, and that will kind of determine whether it's lifetime or daily. One of the things with lifetime budgets is you can select when you want your campaign to run, like this, which is really nice. And you can tell Facebook whether you want to run your ads all the time or run it on a schedule. And if you run it on a schedule, you can choose when you want your ads to run based on time and days. Again, that might be important to you depending on your business. And here's an important part, the optimization for ad delivery. Now if I click on here, this essentially tells us what Facebook is optimizing for. So Facebook as a robot, what do we want them to optimize for? Now it's going to be set to link clicks if you've chosen traffic, and that's just driving as many people to your website as possible, and I would recommend that you just keep it at that. But you've also got the options landing page views, which is essentially telling Facebook we want to optimize for people not just clicking on the ad, but clicking on the ad and reading our website. I've not seen as good results with landing page views, hence why I'm telling you to use link clicks right now. Impressions essentially means they'll just deliver the ads to as many people as possible, and then daily unique reaches, they'll deliver the ads up to people up to once a day. I would typically leave this as it is, especially if you're kind of a beginner. You can change that if you're not seeing results. For example, I'll often change it to impressions if I'm running a retargeting ad, because I just want people to see that ad as much as possible. You can look at your bid strategy and you can set bid caps and things like that, but to be honest, if you're a beginner, I would just leave that as it is and let Facebook do the heavy lifting for you. And once you've done that, we hit continue and we go to the ad level. You can see here on the left hand side again, we've chosen our objective. We've told Facebook where we want our ads to run, what placements. We told them what audience to go to. We've chosen our budget, and now we're going to choose our ad and create our ad. So we select our page up here at the top in identity. Now you can also create an ad from scratch, or you can use an existing post if you want to. So maybe there's a post on your feed, on your wall that's doing really well. You can use that and promote that out to further people, or you can create an ad. And this ad here, when you create an ad, is called a dark post. What's called a dark post, which essentially means you're creating an ad that does not appear on your feed, but it goes out into the news feeds of the people that you're targeting. You can select your Instagram account if you've got that connected, and then you want to choose your format of your ad. Now there's different formats here. I'm just going to use the example of single image or video right now because it's probably the one that you're going to use the most. But you've also got carousel, which is multiple images in one ad, and you've got collection, which is where people can actually click on it and it opens a full screen experience that Facebook calls it, where they can go and purchase products from you. So let's go single image. And let's go down here. You can upload images from your computer, or quite often you'll have images from your Facebook page that you can go and use. Now let's say I just want to use these two images, and we also want to go into stock images, and let's just type in a random word here. Facebook has a lot of stock images that you can use for free that are all powered by Shutterstock, and although the watermark might appear like this on the Ads Manager, it actually won't in the feed. So that's good. Now, one of the things that we want to do with our ads on Facebook is to continuously test what's working. So we want to test different images here to see which ones perform best. So by me selecting 3 images here, what it's going to do when I create this campaign is it's going to create 3 ads, all with different images. These 3 here, but so let me hit confirm. But when I go down here, we can select the text, the URL, the headline. So that will all be the same, but the images will be different. Now this is great because it means it gives us a split test into which images perform best. So as those ads run and we look at our ads manager to see the metrics, we can look at things like cost per click or CPM, the cost per 1,000 impressions, to determine which ads or which images are performing best. So your text here is the text that goes above the image. So if I type that in, we should see the preview here on the right hand side, and we can click here to get the different previews based on desktop or mobile. And the website URL is obviously where you want people to go. So if you've got a landing page or you want to send people to a blog, you put the URL for that there. The headline is the kind of bigger text that appears here. So if I type in that, so we can see this is the headline. You've got different call to actions on your ad. Now if I can change this back to the mobile. No, we can't see it, so let me move myself over here for now. So the call to action is this button here. So if I click on here, we can see that we've got different ones. We've got everything from learn now, apply now, book now, contact us, see menu. Let's just say we want to go for sign up. We should see that that changes there. Display link, this is going to be the URL that goes here. Now you do have to use a URL that's similar to the one that you're sending people to. It used to be the case that you could type in whatever you wanted there. but you can no longer do that. And then the newsfeed link description is the text that goes below the headline. So you can see that this will change here. Perfect, like that. Now you can add an overlay here, which is a kind of newish feature to Facebook at the time of filming this. For example, I can click on free delivery, and what it'll do is it'll add a little sticker to the ad as so. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Now you can come here, you can add in URL parameters if you use any of that. You maybe don't, but that is essentially your ad. Now that's 3 ads that are going to go out with the 3 different images, but they all look identical, and that allows us to test our different images. And when we see that maybe an image is performing better, we can turn off the ones that aren't performing, duplicate the one that is performing, and start to play around with the text that we've created here. So once we've done that, we head down to the bottom and we click on confirm. Now that ad is going to go into review for a while. Facebook's going to go through it and make sure that we've not said anything offensive in there. And it can take anywhere between a couple of minutes to a couple of hours. I've had longer than a couple of hours before until that campaign actually goes live and starts spending money. So you can see here that ad is publishing, that campaign is publishing. And once that's published, I'm going to walk you through it very quickly just to show you what we've created. Okay, now that ad has been published, you can see here in delivery it says that it's in review. But this is essentially a walkthrough of what we've created. So here's the campaign. You can see the tabs along the top. If I click on the campaign, we then get the ad set that we created, which was the people that liked books, 25-year-olds in the US and the UK, also liked football. And if we click on there, we can see the 3 ads that we created with the different images, but the same text. Now that ad is going to go out to people, and we'll start to see data come back on how much a cost per click has cost us, how many people we've reached, how much we've spent, and that's where we can start to optimize our campaigns to make sure that we are getting the biggest bang for our buck. Now that is the walkthrough, the beginner's guide to creating your first Facebook campaign. I hope you found that really, really useful. If you want me to cover anything in this video in more depth, more specifically, then please do let me know. Just leave a comment and I'll make sure I get that done for you. But in the meantime, be sure to like this video if you've enjoyed it, if you found it useful. Be sure to leave a comment just to say that you liked it, and please be sure to subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube, or give me a like on Facebook if you're watching it there. In the meantime, have a great day. I can't wait to see the results that you get from the campaigns that you're now going to be able to go and run. And any questions, you know where to find me. Just head over to mrgavinbell.com.